Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
John and Sue, thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me. We're just going to be asking you a few questions about your experience and the service. And hopefully you got those questions that I sent you.
Yes.
And let's just get started with that, yes? So whereabouts in Spain do you usually travel to?
My parents live in the Valencia region, so they live in a little village called Teresa de Cofrentes. So it's normally down there or that kind of area. So we'll go into Alicante as well. So between the Alicante Valencia region is where we're sort of normally hanging out.
Very good. So what are the reasons that you want to acquire the language?
I think, well, we both wanted to learn a language. And I think we sort of did some at school and didn't really enjoy it that much and just felt that it's what I wanted to do it and to help because I'm seeing my mum and daddy live in Spain. It made sense that Spanish was the language to learn.
Yeah, to help with those visits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So how long have you been learning Spanish with us?
About a year,
yeah,
we think.
It's about a year, yeah, when we think about it.
Mm-hmm. And have I helped you fill in the gaps that you had in your knowledge before or since you first started?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think we were one big gap, and now you've just sort of filled in all the things we need to know. So now that's been it's been really useful. So yes, so I think most of our knowledge has come from you, to be honest, rather than the other areas we were looking at before.
Okay, very good. So how much progress you feel you've made working with me?
Loads. Yeah. I think my knowledge before was the odd verb. So yeah, since we started with you, we've covered lots of different topics that have helped us definitely be able to understand the language a lot better.
Very good. So what is your opinion about the homework that I asked you to do?
I think it's just about right. We tend to do it over a few days. So rather than doing it all in one go, we split it over a couple of days. And a lot of times I'll go back and review after I've had a chance to think about it. So, but I think it's pitched at the right level. It's tricky enough that it gives us a challenge. And then there's enough repetition in there so that by the time we've done the homework, it's reinforced what's been in the class. And it's been really good. So yeah, I think it's been good. And the textbooks you're using, because they're in Spanish as well, you don't get babied by it at all. You have to learn the Spanish to understand what the questions are. And I think that's been really useful. And
spending a lot of time translating the questions as well. It's not just putting the word into the gap, is it? It's you've got to translate the whole thing. So which is useful practice.
Indeed, very good. So that's what it's designed for. So what about the resources that I recommend you? Do you find them useful? Would you recommend them to others?
Yeah, definitely. We were just saying we like the Spanish Dict very much. That's the most useful one. And then, of course, there's other ones that we use quite a lot as well.
I mean, your guides have been really helpful as well, because it's something you can refer back to just for that particular topic. So, yeah.
Indeed. So the proprietary guides that we give to all students. So what would you say your level of Spanish is now compared to the level that you had now that you've had the time to read the CEFR guide that I sent you? So the Common European Framework of Languages, which is bilingual. So you've got the two languages in there, and hopefully that was very useful to you as well to understand where are you at? What would you say your level is now?
I'd like to think, and I think it's different for reading, listening, and but yeah, I mean we're sort of floating around A1, A2, hopefully. I think we're sort of slightly on from A1, but not quite A2, probably somewhere in the middle. But I think reading wise, I'm probably a bit better than that. But yeah, that's what I'd have suggested.
Yeah.
What about you, Sue? Is it about the same?
Yeah, when we started this, I was a complete beginner. I couldn't have put a sentence together really. And now, yeah, we're much better. I think we feel a lot more confident, even in Spain.
Very good. So I'm very glad to hear that. Congratulations as well, because you are putting the effort, you are doing the work, and that's we can tell that. So that would be the next question actually. So how confident do you feel now about using your Spanish speaking skills in Spain compared to when you started?
Much more.
Yeah, I think we'd have probably bottled it and just spoken English. And last time we were
trying Spanish last time,
yeah,
and we were like talking to Spanish people and not always getting it right, obviously, but it's gives you that extra level of confidence to be able to start those conversations in a different language.
Very good. So that's what we want to want to do for our students as well. So in general, how has Spanish tuition helped you in your life?
Yeah, very much. It's something that we enjoy doing, and we have a purpose behind it as well in terms of the regular visits to Spain.
I think the structure has been really good. Having a structure, we've got our weekly lessons, we've got our homework in between that, and it's just sort of focused. So I think from a focus point of view, it's worked really well. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why I want to do a language. It's to focus on something, so not just finishing work and then just vegging in front of TV. It's focusing on something, and then that achievement of knowing you're getting better at it. I mean, sometimes it's frustrating, or I don't think we're quite advancing as quick as I'd like to be, but that's just me. But no, from that point of view,
it's a challenge. It's not the frustration. So we can change that vocabulary to make it sound like it's something that we want to do for ourselves. And it's going to be, your life is going to get better anyway when you are in Spain or when you're here. So you're training your brain to speak or to think in two different languages, which is very valuable. So how do you find my personal approach?
Really good. You have given us structure to how we're learning. You are pushing us to do our homework and our practice. And I think it's even if we are perhaps not doing as much practice as we should, to keep getting asked that question is that constant reminder that actually we do need to do quite a lot by ourselves. It's not just about the lessons, which I actually find useful. If you didn't ask, I probably wouldn't do as much practice.
Very good. So it's one of the little tools that we have in the toolbox, teachers. So it's ask the questions to find out, how engaged students are and how much responsibility they are taking for their own personal development. Yes. So what is your personal advice to anyone who wants to acquire or improve their Spanish, so their Spanish language speaking skills or any skills? What would be your advice to them?
I think get like we've done, like the formal training. I think when you start with the language, you might start with sort of apps like Duolingo, which are all right to start with, but they just haven't got the depth. And if anything, like the pronunciation you go through, so I know we butcher the language quite a lot, but that's really helped to keep pushing on that. But I think that sort of formal training setting works so much better. We've come on so much more than so we've probably been doing Spanish for years and years, just on and off and learning words or odd phrases. But the structure you put around it, we should have done it ages ago, basically, and we're really benefiting from it.
Okay, very good. And what would you say to others about our services, about Spanish Practice Club services?
No trouble recommending you to everyone. You've been great. I think, as I said before, sometimes with the pronunciation, you feel like, oh, we're always getting it wrong. But because you do that, it pushes us to just make sure you're getting it right. And what we didn't appreciate at the beginning was that's the foundation. You've got to get that right at the beginning, right, so the rest can build on it. So no, I would wholeheartedly recommend your services to anyone.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much. And I would like to congratulate you both for all the work that you're doing. You're doing great. You have made a lot of progress, and very soon you're going to be moving to the next level, as you know. And I cannot wait to help you with that and see you fly with the Spanish when you are there, and see your confidence grow with it and your language skills. So, but thank you very much for today. Have you got any other comments that you want to say to prospects, students, or clients?
Yeah, just yes, just get involved. It is good fun. Like it's frustrating sometimes, but it's the challenge that's good. So yeah, I would recommend it to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much for that, Sue and John.